How do you cheat?
Well, without wanting to make more, show more people how to do it, it's really simple. You just
I thought more people knew about GeoGuessr, but obviously we live in our little echo chambers. I tried to explain to Alfie Indra, a good mate of mine, who you were when on our trip around the country, actually, and he couldn't grasp the concept of this. So why don't you explain firstly what GeoGuessr is, and then what you do on GeoGuessr?
Sure. So you're right. Lots of people don't know what you're on about. Hopefully, if you've heard of Google Street View, you'd have a very good idea of how it works. So Google Street View, you put the little yellow man down, and you're on a street, right? GeoGuessr uses that as its end. That's all it is. That's his sole engine, or whatever the word is. And it'll plonk you down anywhere. Could be in Brazil, could be in the Dominican Republic, you could be in South Africa, Russia. And you've got to figure out where you are. And there are different ways of playing it. You can stand still and not move and just try and sort of guess and get as close as you can and earn as many points as you can, because you get points for being as close as possible. If you're within 100 meters or 10 meters or whatever, depending on the map, you get a perfect score. So the main way of playing it would be move around, go down the road, read the signs that you get to, gather all the information up, and then go back to the start point, make your decision, hopefully get a perfect score. But it can take ages. If you're in the middle of nowhere, it can take ages.
I am so bad at it, and I think the majority of people probably are bad at it. Like, I have to go until, as you mentioned, like you see a telephone number or even a road sign.
I'd see like a street sign, which is like clearly in French, and I'd go, well, it's going to be France, and I go, no, it could be Canada, it could probably be like the Ivory Coast. Like, there's so many places that speak French, it doesn't give me much information.
Yeah.
But I instantly just go, France then.
Yeah.
Like, nope, I'm so far away.
And then I never understand what part of the country you're in, because even if you know, for example, like if it lands on the UK, and I might go, oh, that looks like it could be Plymouth, and then you find out it's
Edinburgh.
Yeah, something like that.
That's hard. I did that not so long ago.
Oh, really?
I went to Plymouth, and it was Edinburgh.
Really?
Just because they use similar style houses with like what's it called, gravel. You know that, what's it called, stone wash walls.
Like Pebble Dash.
Pebble Dash. That's it. Stone wash.
What you've just said there, at no point have I dropped into GeoGuessr and gone, oh, well, the architecture here quite clearly leads me to this place. Why do you know this stuff?
Have you always been good at it, or did you learn whilst playing GeoGuessr?
It is just practice. It's like you just get to know, okay, we're driving on the right, so we can't be in Australia, South Africa, Britain, Japan. So you've already ruled out a third of the world there. Okay, the sun is in the northern hemisphere. It's right in the north, so we've got to be in the southern hemisphere. So that rules out.
How do you know where the sun is when you're looking at it?
Because there's a compass.
Oh.
That little red thing is a compass.
I was watching a clip of his, and he mentioned the compass, and at no point when playing that game have I even paid attention to the fact that there's a compass
No, I hadn't.
It's very useful, yeah.
We're idiots, basically.
Yeah. How many countries are there in the world?
It depends who recognises them. UN, I think there's like 193.
Right.
Like that. But not all of them are on GeoGuessr.
Are they not?
Not.
Oh, North Korea's not going to be on there, is it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And a lot of African, you won't get like, I don't know, say it again for the second time, Gabon. You won't get, or Algeria, for example. You'll only get certain.
Is that just because the Google car hasn't gone down there?
Yeah, basically, for whatever reason. Like, China isn't on it.
What, at all?
No, because I'm guessing they wouldn't have Google.
There's a lot of internet restrictions in China, isn't there? So
Oh, right.
They wouldn't want Google, the Western world, like USA. Google represents the USA. They wouldn't want them photographing every house or factory in China.
I'd never even considered that.
Yeah.
Never even thought of it.
So it does narrow it down a bit. Makes it a bit easier for me.
It doesn't make it any easier for us, though.
Well, it does now. Now we know not to keep going
not
China.
China. But you mentioned, oh, they drive on the right here, there, and blah blah blah. You say that as if that's like a gimme, but I wouldn't know what countries drive on what side of the road. So you have to now learn so much more about each country, don't you?
Yeah, you do. You have to. That takes a while to learn sides of the road. But it's not that much to learn because you already know. I mean, New Zealand and South Africa and Australia all do.
Mm-hmm.
Japan does.
Just pretend we do.
I was going to say, do we know that?
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course. And then there's a few other ones that you have to learn, like Thailand does, Indonesia, Malaysia. Once you've learnt them, It just sticks in your head. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have any? Do you hold any sort of world records?
No, I don't actually at the moment. I was top spot on a couple, but I've got pegged off. The thing is,
Who's better at GeoGuessr than you?
loads of people. Well, I don't know how many, but there's a few. I'm gonna chuck a number out there of there's about 10 who are way better than me, like insanely good.
But
like
Jack was telling me what the scoreboard looks like, and he told me one of them is you're not allowed to move at all. And he got a
No
perfect
pan,
score.
zoom, or move.
Yeah, and he got
Yeah.
a perfect score in 9 seconds. Did all 5.
No, that's
That-
cheating.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm pretty sure the highest scoreboards are just going to be someone who's cheated.
The scoreboards on the website is full of cheaters.
Is
and
it?
It brings the game down. Actually, there's lots of cheaters. In fact, there's been some really high profile players who this one guy called Nighty was regarded as one of the best, if not the best, GeoGuessr player in the world, and he could claim that. And he used to come on my streams when I used to do Twitch. I stopped doing it, but he used to come on my tournaments that I hosted, and he'd win. And people would go, "I swear that guy's cheating." And sort of key members of the GeoGuessr community who had played for years, and so had he, were saying, "No, he's legit. I can vouch for him." All the top guys were saying, "No, he's legit." So I believed it. So I was like, I backed him up. I was like, "No, he's legit." Turns out he'd been cheating the whole time.
What?
How do
been
you
cheating.
cheat?
Well, without wanting to make more, show more people how to do it, it's really simple. You open up a game and you duplicate that tab. So you'll have a challenge link and you'll open it twice. And on one of them, you'll just get it wrong straight away, and it'll tell you where the right answer was. It tells you how far you were.
Yeah.
And then on the other one, you simply zoom in and click exactly
where it
where
is.
that is.
Oh.
It's simple.
So the way the engine's built is it's going to show you that them 5 no matter what on both games.
Yeah, because it's a specific challenge link. So if I host a tournament, I go, "Here's the link. You guys play along," and because we're all playing the same game, same rounds. When that guy Nighty cheated, it's just like it just ruins it.
Yeah.
Like, it's like Russia in the Olympics or something.
Right.
You find out they've been doping for the last since Montreal '80 or something, and it's like, what is the point? Like,
Yeah.
what is the point when you got this guy who's apparently the best and he's been cheating? It just ruins it. So I was really pissed off about that.
Sometimes when I watch your videos and you make an extreme guess and it's so close and it even baffles you sometimes how close it is. There's before I kind of really got into your content, the first few times I watch it, I do think like this guy must be doing something.
Yeah,
And I imagine you get accused of cheating a bit.
Yeah, a lot.
What are some of the common ways they're going to assume that you're cheating? Like, is it that you turn the camera off and then you find out? Like, how would you be faking it if you like? Not that you are, but how would you?
Apparently, there are a couple of ways which I wouldn't know where to begin with. Where it's something to do with the code of the. You go into the code of the site. You know, when you accidentally click like F12.
Oh, and it brings up all the
When you view the source, yeah.
I think it's something to do with that, and you can. There's something on Google Maps that actually, if you look into the code, tells you where you are. But
Right.
that's one thing. I think people could. Usually, the people who say, "Oh, he's cheating," don't really know what they're talking about. They just see it for the first time, like you probably did, and thought, "Bullshit,"
Yeah.
because it's just a lack of like knowing. But it's the fans who have watched me for years who know that these are only the select few guesses that are insane. There's loads that are terrible that don't make the cut.
Of course,
I'm probably there for hours, and some of them I don't show because I'm only showing the best of the best.
That makes sense. Yeah.
In the compilation videos anyway, and they're just like, "This is bullshit," but it's bound to happen at some point. If you know the right country and you just guess like, I don't know, Mombasa in Kenya, you're gonna be about a mile away, but it looks incredible.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa, I'm a mile away. Like,
That's true. That's true. Now, just quickfire. What are some of the quick giveaways that we wouldn't think of? You said the trees.
yeah. So trees, I guess, is something you get to know over time, like the northern hemispheriness of them. Pine, seas of pine is usually Canada, Scandinavia, Russia.
Right.
Yeah, sun, position of the sun. If it's dead in the north, you're in the southern hemisphere. So if it's dead in the south, you're in the northern hemisphere. If you're driving on the right and left, we've been through that. Registration plates, if they've got the EU blue badge on the left,
Yeah.
you're in Europe, but not Switzerland because they're not in the EU. If there's a yellow registration plate and it's the same shape, it's Netherlands or Luxembourg. Britain, as we know, white on the front, yellow on the back, things like that.
Right.
You just pick them up.
Yeah.
USA, you really get to know USA. It's just green signs, wide roads, big SUVs. You know, you pick it up as you go. The moment when I started to panic was when I could no longer move my legs at all because it was up to like my belly button. So I just couldn't.
Wow.
There was no air